Hi, this is attorney Arkady Frekhtman. I'm a New York attorney, and I'm talking today about this indictment that was just unsealed against Donald Trump. The indictment accuses him in 34 separate counts of violating penal code or penal law, section 175.10 of New York State. And so the crime is falsifying business records in the first degree. And he's being accused, it says, the defendant in the county of New York, which is Manhattan, and elsewhere, on or about February 14th, 2017, with the intent to defraud and the intent to commit another crime and aid and conceal the commission of this other crime, made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise. And they say that is, to wit, an invoice from Michael Cohen dated February 14th, 2017, marked as a record of the Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust and kept and maintained by the Trump Organization. So essentially what they're saying is that he intended to defraud and intended to commit another crime, perhaps an election-related crime, and aid and conceal the commission of that crime by making and causing a false entry in the business records, but it's the business records of his own organization, right? So to what extent is he the one who's making these entries, or to what extent is he the one that's telling other people and preventing other people from making entries, like his bookkeeper saying, hey, don't make that entry, don't put that in the books. Because this entire entry was about a hush money payment in the amount of $130,000 that he made to Stormy Daniels to cover up any kind of relationship that they had, because he didn't want that leaked into the media before the 2016 election, right? Because then if that news would have gotten out there, perhaps he would have lost that election. He didn't want that bad press coverage out there, so he made a hush money payment. Now, to make a hush money payment, you're basically saying, hey, take $130,000, don't talk about it. Hush, I don't want that out there. Now, they're saying that by not putting that payment properly in his own business records, in his organization, he committed a crime, and they're accusing him of this. But yet, logically, if he was to put in his business records $130,000 to Stormy Daniels so she doesn't talk about affair, well then, wait a minute, if that's in my business records, right, then what's the point of the hush money payment? It makes no sense logically. But then if we turn to the actual penal code, right, what they are accusing him of, we see that falsifying business records in the first degree, 175.10 of the penal code. The entire statute just says a person is guilty of falsifying business records in the first degree when he commits the crime of falsifying business records in the second degree. So it's kind of circular, but you have to commit the crime of falsifying business records in the second degree. So we could look at that in a few seconds, right? What that means, because that's really the heart of it, right? Of what he's being accused of. Here they're just saying, hey, the first degree means you committed the crime of the second degree, but it also has to have the intent to defraud and include an intent to commit another crime or to aid or conceal the commission of that other crime, right? And that's the same way they wrote it in the indictment, because it has to fit the penal statute. Now, if we turn to falsifying business records in the second degree, it's 175-05 or .05, and that basically says you falsify business records. A person is guilty of falsifying business records in the second degree when, with the intent to defraud, and there are 4 different ways, and they're or, meaning you could do 1, or you could do 2, or you could do 3, or you could do 4. So number 1, so you falsify business records, you're guilty if, with the intent to defraud, you, number 1, make or cause a false entry in the business records of an enterprise. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, alter, erase, obliterate, delete, remove, or destroy a true entry in the business records of an enterprise. Number 3, omit or make a true entry in the business records of an enterprise in violation of a duty to do so, which he knows to be imposed upon him by law or by nature of his position. Like, for example, if you know you have to report your earnings on your taxes and you omit to make that. And then number 4, finally, you prevent the making of a true entry or cause the omission thereof in the business records of an enterprise. So, for example, if your bookkeeper says, hey, we have to report that on our taxes, and you say, no, don't do that, you're preventing the making of a true entry. So those are the 4 ways. And then the only thing that the felony, this is, by the way, a misdemeanor. This is a Class A misdemeanor, falsifying business records in the 2nd degree. And the only thing that the other crime that's a felony, the 175-10, adds to it is it says that you commit the 2nd degree, the misdemeanor, and have the intent to defraud has to include the intent to commit another crime. And I believe the other crime that they're talking about in this indictment is that election-related crime and the election laws. So let us know what you think. I mean, this is what he's being charged with. If you read the 34-count indictment, every single count refers to 175-10. Nowhere does it really refer to any other penal code. What it does do is it does reference different parts. Some are from February, some are from March of 2017. It's talking about different entries in Trump's organization. Some of them refer to, I believe, the Trump revocable trust. Some of them refer to other parts, like invoices from Michael Cohen in August of 2017. And they give numbers, voucher numbers. So I guess so one of them is from a ledger that he would have kept in his organization. So it's just different internal business records that he should have kept and that they were allegedly false. But that's the basis for this indictment. So now you know the legal basis, the legal foundation for this indictment and for this arraignment today, where he was being accused, where he pled not guilty, and now he's going to mount a defense. So I thought it was interesting for everyone to be knowledgeable, to understand what this is all about. Okay, everyone, let us know what questions you have. We are here for you, and have a great day. Bye-bye.